Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Patch notes are up for Summerset. I will only go through the most important things, otherwise the video will get way too long. But as you know, I will do very detailed videos when I go on the PTS and just test things, and I will inform you like always about everything. Obviously, Summerset, it's a new zone. That's pretty cool. It's pretty big. Like always, 2 public dungeons, world bosses, delves. Suchik order skill line. So this is the new skill line that we are getting. Time stop. One of the abilities. Slow down the passage of time so slow it eventually freezes, stunning all enemies in the area. Imbue weapons. Enhance your weapon with energy, causing the next light attack to deal additional damage. If I recall correctly, that's actually a lot. When we tested in Baltimore, it did like 10 to 12k extra damage. It's quite a lot. Acceleration, bend time and space around you, increasing your movement speed and the power of your critical strike. So what I remember, one of the morphs had 36-second duration. That's a lot. Mend Wounds invokes the rights of, I don't know, replacing your next light attack with a heal over time, or your next heavy attack with a channeled heal. Could be interesting. Meditate. Now you kind of restore health, magic and stamina, but you get locked into place, and then the teleporting thing. I think further down below we will get more into detail. Cloud Rest is the new mini trial. Mini trial, not trial. Very important. I'm kinda sad that we don't see a full trial, but I do think Zenimax wants to get a few mini, or like they want to have some mini trials in the game. Because a lot of people like quick trial runs, I guess. Or maybe they're just lazy, I don't know. We have already seen a little bit about these trials. Maja is the main boss. I will definitely do more videos about that kind of stuff, so don't worry. Unique sets, yeah, we will get to those later. Unique skin, titles and housing items like always. Jewelry crafting is a new, yeah, can we get that? I do have a very detailed article about that, and if there's something new I will actually add the information. I plan on putting most information about Summerset on my website anyway. So yeah, chromium is the gold material. It seems that like the gold mats and the mats in general will be quite rare. From what I've heard. Then there's some passives, but whatever. Let's see. Yeah, jewelry crafting writs, that's cool. Writs make a lot of money if you know how to do them. I don't, so yeah. No. I noticed it a lot during the anniversary event. Well, obviously motifs are in there, which usually aren't, but still a lot of gold mats. That's probably a really good way to get gold mats through that. Yeah, you need to know the trades. Oh, it's 125 vouchers. Normal one and attunable 250. That's okay, I guess. Then we have the traits. I already listed them up. We talked a little bit about them already. So those are the standard ones. Then we have Tune, that's increased health, stamina, magicka. Basically the tri-stack glove. Really nice. Harmony increases the power of activated synergies. Now, it doesn't increase the duration, so I don't think they are actually that useful. At least they didn't when we tested them. Swift. Movement speed. Cool. Infused. So this is very interesting. So you can stack a lot of spell or weapon damage now. Or increase your... just all that stuff. Like all the enchantments. Potion cooldown and all those things. A very interesting trait. Protective, boring. Tanks don't need physical and spell resistance. They need something else, like either damage mitigation or just some other stuff. Would have liked to see something else. Bloodthirsty. Now this is a very interesting one, both for PvE and PvP. If I recall correctly, one trait gives you 20% increased damage on enemies below 25% health, and that's on any ability. That's a lot. The trade material 100k AP. Holy mother. That's a lot of AP. Okay, I guess they want to keep those things rare. New item sets. So here, let's see. I really wasn't happy when I saw those the first time. Adept Riders. Spell risk, physical risk, max health. While mounted, you gain major evasion, increasing your dodge chance by. Dismounting spawns a dust cloud at your position for 12 seconds. It deals 1.4k physical damage every 1 second to enemies. So you basically demount and fart on the ground. Okay, I guess. There. Slowed semblance. Yeah, nice spell weapon. Damaging an enemy has a 10% chance to put the leeching shadow on the enemy, dealing 853 oblivion damage every 1 second. Okay. Oblivion damage is non-mitigatable, you can shield it, so it sounds like it's low, but it can be a dot, so it can actually be quite strong and annoying, especially if you combine it with other Oblivion damage. Eternal Favor. Stem health. Whenever you successfully dodge, you heal yourself for 4,000. I mean, it's not enough, but okay, I guess. I mean, those are all light, medium, heavy. Now, Summerset, SoundStabs. Wisdom of Venus. After landing a full hit, you gain major mending for 3 seconds, increasing your healing down by 5%. Okay. So I want. Is 3 seconds the max? Maybe. Let's see. After dealing direct damage, gain minor force and minor expedition for 3 seconds, increasing your. Okay. It's an interesting concept, but we have like access to that kind of stuff quite easy. So why would you waste a 5-piece bonus? But it's not bad, I guess. When you take damage from a single target directed attack or ability, you have a 10% chance to become a living shadow, causing your light and heavy attacks to heal you. 3.4k, gain major evasion. Okay, that definitely sounds interesting. It's heavy armor set. Sounds cool. I mean, we can use those sets anyway to anything, because jewelry, like crafting, trade change, and all that stuff. Trial sets. So in the past we had perfect and imperfect asylum weapons. Now we have actually sets that are perfect and imperfect. The light armor is after dealing damage to enemy with a single target ability, you create a ring of fire beneath your target. After 1 second, the circle ignites. 2.4k flame damage every 1 second. So the problem with proc sets is, first off, they usually have a long cooldown. Second, they can't crit. Therefore, in PvE, they're kinda useless. Most of the time. Unless it's monster sets. Light Healer. Ground-based effect abilities apply a healing circle. Which heals for 1k every 1 second for 5 seconds. It's not a big enough heal. Useless set, probably. Medium. After landing a critical light or heavy attack on an enemy, you have 15% chance to curse them with harmful winds. Dealing 1.4k physical damage. Yeah, useless. Maybe in PvP, I don't know. I mean, whatever. After successfully blocking, heal an ally within 15 meters for 3.4k. So, what pisses me off about those sets is most of them, like, they drop in a very difficult trial, but you can't, like, they're not good in any of PvE content. So why? So many proc sets, and you know proc sets can't crit because PvP. So what, like, and we all know Asylum sucks. But everybody will keep doing Asylum because you get the good weapon, like the good gear there. Why would anyone do the Clouders trial, which might be really nice. Why would you do it? You don't get shit there. Maybe I'm wrong, but first look doesn't really look nice. It would be nice if they could add like Major Slayer to stuff like that. When the proc is up, give your character Major Slayer, stuff like that. Anyway, it's just the first week of PTS. Maybe they will change a few things around. But that's just my first opinion on that stuff. Collectibles, whatever. Tsuchik portals. Oh, you need to see the unseen passive. Aspect rune. Oh, okay. So it's like notes. So. Tsuchik portals may include infused jewelry. Ah, okay, that's where you get the trade material. Orbic amber and all that stuff. Okay, cool. I will add that stuff later to my article on the website. I mean, most of the information that I put on my website, it's the same. It's just without all the useless blah blah blah. You can find stuff a lot easier. Guys here's risking dolmens basically. New houses. Yeah, they already showcased one of them, which is freaking amazing. Battlegrounds. This is a huge change. I like that change. Battlegrounds always had the problem. Well, first off, when Morrowind launched, the queuing system didn't work for 8 weeks. That's basically that kneecapped Battlegrounds. And then usually there's not a lot of people in the queue, but this might actually change this. So I'm really looking forward to this. But Battlegrounds are cool. They're pretty cool. No CP. People actually die. Fast-paced games. Let's see if it helps. Matchmaking now adds an additional multiplier to the value of players who are grouped. Okay. So they want pre-made versus pre-made and solo versus solo. If there is enough players in the queue, this will work. If not, then yeah, we will see. But that's cool. I really like that. Morrowind and Warren is available in the Crown Store. So a lot of people complained about that, but I do think it's a good idea. I mean, a lot of people said, well, why did I pay? Well, because you want to play when the stuff launches, but people won't. I can already tell you, most likely jewelry crafting, the same will happen. It will go to the base game a year later or something like that. So if you QQ about that stuff, just don't buy it, and you will have it for free in a year. But we all know, if you're playing the game seriously or you're having fun, then you will buy it. Especially because of the Psychic or the skill line. Now, do they say how expensive that stuff is? No. We will see. I think they will not be cheap. I mean, the Warden class alone in the Crown Store probably costs more than the Morrowind. The Morrowind expansion. We will see. 4 new motifs. We have. Okay. Psychic, Sapyark, Fangler, and Scarecaller. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. There's so many motifs, like, dude. They're so expensive most of the times. Okay, whatever, let's keep going. Oh yeah, that's also an interesting concept. You can now gather a gladiator helmet. You have to get 20 different pieces and then you can make him. That's cool. I like stuff like that. People actually can farm things, do different objectives. The variety is provided and all that stuff. 2 new alchemy reagents, okay. Powdered Mother of Pearl and Clamgall. Gonna be interesting to see what they can do. Crown Store gifting. This is a cool feature. And it will make Zenimax even more rich probably. So there we go. We get another 30 CP, 750 in total. I still don't like this high number because, especially for new players, you reach level 50, you're like, yeah, nice, I'm max level. Okay, now you have to grind 750 CP, and people just don't know how fast you get them, and then it's like, okay, not time for another game. No, yeah, whatever. Oh, this is the templates. Yeah, okay, cool, cool. Okay. Let's find the balance changes. If I'm skipping something, I apologize. Combat, okay. Rebalance the light and heavy attack damage. Scaling ratio so that the light and heavy attacks now scale their damage in the same way that normal abilities do. They used to scale more with spell and weapon damage, and now it's equal. Rebalance damage across weapon types to reinforce the concept that light attacks are for dealing damage, heavy attack are for restoring resources. I guess. Light attacks will deal more damage. A lot more. I mean, we saw that. If they go through with all the changes, there will be some really broken stuff in there. But we will see. We don't want to one-shot people light attacks in PvP, that would be broken. But with the right build, you probably could do 15k light attack if you really want to. Anyway, heavy attacks with two-handed, one hand will deal less damage. The following cannot be dodged. Deathstroke. Can now be dodged, sorry. Deathstroke, Summon Shade and its morphs, Morphed Inferno. Cannot. So I like that. They also realized that they're like dodgeable, undodgeable abilities were just a mess. So they kind of try to restructure it now. So you cannot dodge those. Widowmaker, Twin. Yeah, there's a lot of cool things in there. Yeah, most of those things were already like this, but I think this is new. The Shadow Moon, I mean, why even nerf it? No, the Apprentice and the Warrior Mundo Stones will increase your non-critical damage, and your crits will actually deal more damage with the Apprentice and the Warrior. It's a useless Mundo Stone because they nerfed it. Didn't realize they made it even weaker than the other stuff. Like, why? Anyway, we will see. Maybe they will listen, and it should be an easy fix to just change the fucking number. Anyway, developer comments. I don't want to read everything, otherwise. We have made numerous ability changes with those latest updates. Okay, unpopular, yeah. I like that. Improve unpopular abilities and morph choices. Cool. Increases the viability of all classes to perform. Reducing the effectiveness of long duration. Yeah, anyway, let's check. This buff category now increases the damage done by your next light attack by 40% instead of increasing the damage done of any attack by 20%. I don't think this will go through, because it will be one of the reasons why light attack will deal a fuck ton of damage in PvP. This makes Empower a friendly buff to use in rotations. Yeah, I mean, on a Magical Templar, I would definitely try that Dark Flare. You just use Dark Flare, light attacks, blockade, and the Vampane, and nothing else. Could do really nice single target damage. With a trial build, your light attacks will crit for like 60k or even more, probably. That's also why I think the changes will not go through, because you're gonna do so much damage in PvP with light attack. Major and minor force. What? Is buff now only affect critical damage and not... Oh, okay. I thought they only did buff crit. Okay. Why do they nerf healing? Like, nobody asked for it. But anyway. Ardent Flame Cauterize. So 28 meter range now, that's really nice. And it's a very, very freaking strong heal. So that's cool. Combustion. 500 magic or stamina when you apply the burning or poison status effect to an enemy. Very, very cool. This will help sustain a lot. Magic DK. I mean, Magic Dragon Knights are already freaking strong in PvP and they just seem to get stronger every patch. People still complain they're weak, but it's usually just a learn to play issue. Because I have seen really good Magic DKs that just fuck up everyone. Empowering Chains, this morph now grants you 2 stacks of the Empower buff, up from 1. Okay. Shifting Standard, decrease the cost. Okay, nice. Not a lot, but cool. Reflective Plate, this morph now removes all snares. This is cool. It doesn't give you any immunity, but it removes all the snares, so that's really, really nice. We will see if it will be... I mean... it's the other morph. Sorry, I'm a little bit sick. But yeah, it's something. So I really like how they actually buff the weaker morphs now that nobody uses. Ash Cloud, this now heals allies in the area and snares enemies. The other morph is unchanged, so it's cool. Cinderstorm, yeah, healing done. Obsidian Shard, increase the healing done by this morph by 25%. Nice. Shield now grants Major Mending for 2.5 seconds as a baseline effect. It doesn't give you double shield strength. Ignite Shield gives you double shield strength. Fragmented Shield gives you longer Major Mending. So that's a really cool change. So you have to choose between a bigger shield or Major Mending. I like that. Shattering Rocks. Next attack to heal. This morph has been redesigned so that when the stun ends, causes the enemy's next attack to heal their target. What the fuck? Okay, I guess. Stone Giant, this morph now also grants minor ward. Okay, I thought it was 25% already. They reduced the snare on Lotus Fan. I'm all for reducing snares, they're so annoying, Jesus Christ. Bolstering Darkness. This morph now causes the Major Protection buff to remain on you even after leaving the area. Okay, cool. Major Protection, nice, that's a lot actually. For how long though? This morph no longer grants invisibility, instead it heals you for 32% of your max health. Over 3 seconds and grants minor protection. Also, it's not the instant heal tick, but the heal over time. It's very short though, it's still. You're a tank, it's gonna heal for so much. Dark Shade. Okay, now summons 1 shade only, and the shade will occasionally deal a point blank AoE around it. Whatever. Reduce the damage and healing done by this ability and refreshing Path Morph by 5%. Oh, they nerfed Path of Darkness. Still bugged, but whatever. Not in terms of damage, but how you can place it on the ground. This is cool, Shadow Image. This morph can now be cast without an enemy target. This will make Nightblades even more annoying than they already are. Siphoning. Okay, cool. Smart heal. Dangerous word. Dead of healing, okay. Yes, so. Increase the radius of the heal applied by this morph to 28. So this is a huge nerf to Strife. I think they want to make this cost about the same as like force pulls and other things. That's a huge increase. Jesus Christ. Zorks. Lot magic. Increases the healing. Okay. They reduce the cost. That's a huge reduction. Nice. Oh, they increase the negate magic. That's cool. There. This passive now reduces the cost of your next magic or stamina ability used within 4 seconds by 15% after you block an attack. I do hope there's a cooldown on that. If there is no cooldown, holy mother Christ. I think they wanted to buff Zork tanks, but this is gonna be abused so hard in PvP. There's no cooldown. This morph now deals its damage when the stun ends. Okay. Prison increases the duration of the stun applied by this ability and morphs to 5 seconds. Now this is an interesting change. Bound armor. They're no longer toggle. When we playtested, you couldn't get the glow anymore. I told them, dude, people gonna QQ. We'll see. Slot will now continue to grant you an increase to max magicka, and activating these abilities will increase the amount of damage you can block by 20%. This is both for the stem and magicka morph. Magicka morph, bound edges. This morph now grants minor ward and minor resolve. AK, it's useless, okay. Bound armaments. Converts ability into a stamina ability and now increase your damage done with light attacks while slotted instead of heavy attacks. So I do think you will only get the max magic and bound edges. And when you slot bound armaments, you will get max stamina, like it used to be. Don't think it's correct worded here. Otherwise, this morph is useless. Even magical setups would fucking run this. Not. Increase the shield strength by 10%. Hardened ward decrease it by 20. There's no nerf, like they increase the base morph by 10 and reduce the one of the morphs by like 10. You have 20 instead of 30, but in total it's still the same. But it will make the other morph a little bit more attractive. Storm Otter increases the health of the sound 70%. I think this dude already has a lot of health. Okay. What's different in that? Unsure, whatever. Lightning Flood. This morph now also increases damage done by approximately 15 seconds. So this was the other morph of Lightning Flash, which was never used because it had a shorter duration, did less damage, so why would you? But now it might actually do more damage. Burning Light damage increase, nice. Piercing Spear. Okay. These increase the healing done by this morph to 40% of the damage done from 35. So 5% extra healing. No damage increase, so that's weird. But it also gives more damage, what do you see? Maim debuff, yeah, nice. This morph now grants the Empower buff instantly after being cast. This is nice because, especially in Cyrodiil, you cast Dark Flare, it takes like 2 hours to get to the enemy, just dodge rolls it. So you get the Empower buff all the time now. You could do a very strong ranged light attack flare build, I guess, because light attack is gonna do so much damage. This is nice, so instead of a percentage, it's time-based. Because at some morphs you had like 11.4 seconds and the 0.4 seconds didn't do anything. But I'm not sure if it's only 0.5 seconds, then it's a nerf. Think so at least, we will see. Should be longer. Reduce the healing done. Ui. From this morph, secondary heal by 33%. Okay. Gives minor expedition. Oh, to your allies as well. Nice. This is a huge change. It doesn't have a cost time anymore. But look at the cost. 7.3k. Basically a second purge. It's expensive as damn. Slight buff to Honor the Dead, so you get Magicka back faster. Instead of 8, it goes down to 6 seconds. So this no longer stuns, but it applies Major Breach. I think they wanted to make it more similar to Sub Assault. Oh no, wait. Oh yeah, okay. Stun was too strong. Especially, but yeah, whatever. So here Sub Assault gives you Major Fracture and the Deep Fissure will give you a Major Breach. 4-second cooldown. This morph now grants 10. Yeah, okay. That's a lot though. That's a lot. Holy shit. Yeah, Wardens are still really strong, especially in PvP. PvE wise, not really big changes. Weapon increased, yeah, the stun increase, whatever. They nerfed Deadly Cloak, 15%. It still does damage, and the damage oh no, wait, the damage reduction reduce the damage done by this morph by 15%. Okay, they reduce the damage, but you still get the full damage mitigation. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Raining Slashes. Snare applied by this morph now reduces movement speed by 40%, down from 50. Oh, okay. That's actually pretty OP, to be honest. Everybody loves Soul Strike, yep. I still think they should remove Frost F tanking. It's dumb fucking. That stuff here are fixes. Whatever. That's a lot of fixes though. Lol, what? Didn't increase the extra damage? This is a huge change, so you now count as 2 pieces basically, so that's this will change up like build diversity by a lot, so it will make two-handed weapon builds way strong. What? Yeah, nice. Just nerf snares, please, Zenimax. Keep nerfing them. There are too much snares in this game. You need a major and a minor system. Okay. Item sets. Now it gets interesting. Since, yeah, so I wish, like, basically all ability altering weapons got the nerf. Well, indirect nerf. Not the nerf, but they got weaker because all the two-handed weapons count as 2 pieces now. And you have Asylum Staves, two-handers. They count as 2 pieces as well, so it's like they got weaker because other stuff got strong. Now records that you are both sprinting and moving. Okay. Okay. I really miss the light attack, maelstrom, stamina, rotation stuff, but it's probably not coming. We will see. Night Mother's Gaze. This set now applies Major Fracture when you do crit damage. This is a huge ass nerf. I mean, it's nice for some PvP builds maybe, but it's just a huge nerf. Don't like it. I don't like it at all. It will be Magica meta again. Like, Wizard Rocks, this item set now requires that you're... Okay. Yeah. Now applies Minor Breach or Major Fracture. It's also like... You can fucking throw stem setups into the bin. Because... 3.440 and 2.6... Like 6k penetration just gone. Magica received a fuck ton of buffs. Stems just got nerfs. And the mini trials, and it seems they want to keep releasing mini trials. And you only stack Magica setups already there because there's too much movement. And stem setups can't deal with movement. Not good, I really dislike. I would have been fine if they changed Thunder Flame, but leave the Night Mother's Gaze. Please, leave that set alone. Don't change it. Blessing, yeah. Bug fixes. There's a lot of stuff, I mean... It is already way too long. They talked about those kind of things on As Alive, how they're changing the AP system and that kind of stuff. I actually really like the changes. I mean, you can't just leech in a keep anymore. You actually need to do something to benefit from the AP ticks there. That's really good. Whatever, I'm more interested in the overall changes and just see what they're... Oh yeah, this is also a quite interesting change. Catapults now have their area damage persist in the world for 8 seconds. So you throw a meat bag catapult, it stays there for 8 seconds. This will block off future. You can block off future areas basically. We will see if that's a good change or not. Yeah, other than that, I think it's just small stuff, too lazy to read, really. Yeah. I mean, most of the changes are cool. But there's some unnecessary nerfs. But we'll see. There's still time to change. I always say, if you're like giving feedback on the PTS forum, please be constructive. Don't fucking QQ around. Don't get into fights with other people. People don't need to have the same opinion as you. Just try to be constructive. I don't even know why I say that, because it will be a fucking ghetto party anyway. One last thing here. Increase the amount of CPU cores used by the client, which will improve the overall frame rate for players on mid to high-end CPUs. So yeah, we will see. This could be a huge game changer. I think it will be present on the PTS, but obviously not a lot of PvPs there. So you won't notice it a lot. But yeah, let's see how it goes. Anyway, I think that's more or less it. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, hello, my friend. Robble or class. Okay, anyway. Let me know what you think about those changes. Again, I will do a lot of videos on the PTS. I was like, builds will change quite a bit probably. I will also try to do new builds. I think we have 5 weeks for this PTS, or almost 6, I think. 21st May is the release, so there's a lot of time to actually get stuff done. As you know, I'm still in my internship for another 2 weeks. After that, I will actually stream more. Like I will live on the PTS base. But you will see. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to sub, and see you soon. Cheers.